Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to see why IELTS general reading is a difficult task. So as you all know what IELTS is all about, there are tons of videos in YouTube already. So there are two types, academic and general. Academic is used by students, teachers, nurses, etc. and general is used for immigration purposes. We all know that. So both academic and general has four modules, okay, or four exams, which is listening, speaking, reading and writing. So reading is considered to be the most easiest of all because reading consists of passages will be given and we have to answer certain questions based on those passages. How hard that can be, right? Because we've been doing this since grade 4 or something like that. So this sounds easy, but still it is difficult or it is tricky that can make you go wrong. Even many people who knows English very well, they are not able to get a good score. So why is it? What makes it difficult? Why do people say it is difficult? And why not everyone who has good English speaking skill not able to get a good score in IELTS? Let's see what is the difficulty which is hidden there. Firstly, we are going to see general reading. So there will be six types of questions in passage order. Passage order means the questions will be in the same order as the passage. For example, if the first question is from the first question's answer is in the second paragraph, then the second question's answer will be from the third paragraph. So it goes in a sequence. Okay, so you don't have to read the passage again and again from the beginning to find an answer. That is the good part here. So there are six types of questions in that order. Firstly, short answer questions, which means you will have to answer a question in like 2 words, 3 words, or 2 words and or a number, or 3 words and or a number. So it depends on how they ask you to answer. Okay, so the second question is true, false, not given, and the third one is yes, no, not given. Both of these are identical, which means your task is the same. If the answer is true, you have to write true. If it's false, false, and so on. Both true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given is the same thing, but you have to write whatever is asked. If they are asking true, false, not given, and you write yes, no, and all that, you're not gonna get marks. What is the question? You have to write only that. Fourth one, MCQ or multiple choice question, is like from the passage there will be some questions with multiple choice answers. All four will be correct. All four will be almost correct and similar. You will have to find which is the most correct one or most suitable one as per the passage. It's a little bit confusing, but with practice you'll be fine. Now fifth and sixth is sentence completion and sentence completion with a box. So this too needs a little explanation. Okay, so firstly, summary completion and summary completion with a box both has a passage, and summary completion means you have to complete the summary taking the words exactly from the passage. Okay, just a minute, I'll just yes, so you have to take it exactly from the passage. Means you have to complete a summary or fill up a summary by taking the words from the passage, and at the same time you have to complete the summary by taking a word from the box. A box of words will be given for summary completion with a box, and from the box you have to find the suitable word for the blank, which means the actual word will not be given, but a synonym word will be given. For example, there will be purple in the summary and color in the box. So which is the nearest word in the box, you have to take that. And the thing is, for summary completion with a box, you should not write the word as the answer. You should write the indicated letter or Roman number, which means in the box the words will be given marked as ABC or 1 2 3 in Roman numerals. So you have to write only the letter or Roman numeral which is indicating the tip you have to remember is the summary completion can sometimes not be in passage order. The summary completion with the box. So you have to read the passage. You may have to read the passage again from the beginning. Okay. Now finding information in the paragraph. This is a task which is not in passage order. Okay. So from here I'll be talking about some tasks which will not be in passage order. So we have some statements given, we will have some paragraphs also. So which paragraph contains this information? For example, there will be a statement saying recommendation for improving listening skill. So which of the paragraph has that, you have to mention. So you have to look for the keywords. For example, recommendation, causes, disadvantages, advantages. These can be some of the statements. So from this, you have to look for keywords in the passage and write which is the suitable paragraph, which is the actual paragraph suitable for the statement. Okay. Now matching. Matching means, for example, some students' name will be given, and some students and their description will be given, and then some qualities will be given. You have to match which quality is suitable for which student based on reading the description. So for one question, only one answer will come, but the answer may be repeated. One student's name can be repeated for 3-4 qualities, okay, if their description supports it. And also one option may not be used at all. Maybe none of the question is asking for a particular student. A student is just an example. It can also be the name of universities and their description and certain qualities about the universities. Anyway, you have to match two sorts of things. So for this, the main thing we have to notice, we need to have vocabulary. For example, we need to know what is building trade. Building, in the question maybe they mentioned building trade, but in the description it may be mentioned bricklaying, carpentry, etc. So you have to know the synonyms of the words, which is why we have to learn new words every day and keep enhancing our vocabulary. And the new words include, each word will have different meanings. Okay, for example, the word amplification has different meanings in engineering, in psychology, in literature. So we have to study all the meanings. Only then we'll be able to ace this test. If we improve our vocabulary, it will be better. Next is an important thing about IELTS reading. The passages which we have to read and answer the questions will be 600 to 900 words, so it will be lengthy. So we have to be fast. This is a 60 minutes test. Okay. So and also we have to learn new words every day. So as I said, this is 60 minutes test, so which means for each question in reading, you can spend only half a minute. Actually it's 0.666, approximately half a minute only you can spend for one question. So you have to be fast, learn new words every day. For example, I've already told you about amplification.